The next topic we are going to cover is travel. We hope you have the opportunity to travel around the U.S. while you are here, and you may do so without needing authorization or special documentation. You may also depart the U.S. at any time if you wish. However, please keep in mind that you will be required to present a passport that is valid for at least 6 months into the future and a valid visa every time you enter the U.S. For most students, there is an exception to this rule called automatic visa revalidation. If you are traveling to Canada, Mexico, or most Caribbean islands for less than 30 days, you do not need to renew your visa. If you have questions about this before you travel and you want to be sure that you are eligible for this benefit, please feel free to contact our office to make sure that it is okay for you to go. Also, you must have your I-20 or DS 2019 signed for travel. This means you will need to visit the International Center to get your I-20 or DS 2019 signed before you depart. The signature is valid for 6 months and indicates that you are maintaining your F1 or J1 status in the U.S. When you re-enter the U.S., the Customs and Border Protection Officer will check for that signature at the port of entry. Travel signatures do not take long, and you can obtain one during walk-in advising. At the end of each semester, we will schedule travel signature days where you can quickly meet with an advisor and obtain a travel signature. You have several options after you complete your studies at MU. All students have what is called a grace period. If you are in F1 status, you will have a 60-day grace period where you can remain in the U.S. after your program end date. If you are in J1 status, you will have a 30-day grace period. Once that time period is up, you will need to exit the U.S. If you depart the U.S. at any time during your grace period, you will be unable to return in the same status. If you do not plan to exit the U.S., you must make plans prior to the end of your grace period. Your options include starting a new program at MU, transferring to a different school, or working with proper authorization. Finally, you may also apply to change to another immigration status during your grace period. We encourage you to contact an international student advisor to discuss your plans prior to your program end date.